Okay, so this is going to be lateral flexion from the ground. Sorry, it's a little foggy. We have fires in the area. I forgot to mention that earlier. So if it's a little hazy, that's the reason why. So I want to make sure, first of all, that before you start this game, that your horse is attentive and left brain. So that's why I took the rope down. I wanted him to see it. I'm going to throw it over him because I want him present. I don't want to start pulling on him when he's right brain and shut down, because then all of a sudden when they snap out of it, it freaks them out. And then the other thing is when they're right brain, they're not getting more confident, because this is a very scary thing for the horse to do, to flex his neck. So you're going to keep one hand up here, and with the other hand, remember, this is our rein handling techniques. So I'm going to pick up, I'm going to stroke a couple of times out to the side. As my horse responds, I'm going to close one finger at a time, and by the time I have all 4 fingers closed, I'm bringing my horse's head over to here. He's struggling and going right brain, so I want to help him not feel shut down about this. So from the ground, we have the advantage of being able to hold the rein, reassure, and then let go. Don't look for your 30 seconds right from the get-go, because this is a very trapped feeling for the horse. This is really psychologically very difficult for them. Okay, so we want to make it so that they can go, oh, you want me here? Oh, you want me there? They're going to start feeling restricted, trapped, and frightened, and then right brain extroverts are going to start running around in circles, and right brain introverts are going to go in. So hold your hand up at the saddle, just like if it was in the rider's position, and instead of going like this from the rider's position, we simulate the same movement out to the side. As the horse brings his head around, we bring our hand up, close it, rub, and we hold for a second, and then he just softened, just ever so slightly, and I let go. Now, he's still concerned about this, and he's still worried about this, because he hasn't been able to let go yet. So I'm going to do it a couple more times, and we're going to see if when I bring him around and rub on him, I can actually get him to go, oh, oh. Okay, I don't feel so scared. Out to the side, not straight at the horse's nose, out to the side, out to the side. Now I told him I'm coming. That, oh yay, there's my licking shoe. Okay, so I wanted to let go instantly, because obviously we always want to reward relaxation. And now I should have a lot more alertness and a little bit more try, with less reservation, concern, and worry. Okay. The slide is letting them know I'm about ready to say something. It's instead of the reach and grab. Okay, I'm going to close my fingers one hand at a time, bring my hand up. While I'm holding it here, I'm going to reassure and rub the horse, because I can't do that from the rider's position. So we have the advantage of doing it while we're down here, and then we're going to let go. Okay, we would do the exact same thing from the other side. So good boy. Good boy. Okay. There we go. So the rope made him a little nervous doing this task, which is why he keeps looking at the rope and wanting to bite it, which is fine. Which is part of the reason why I said, get out of the horse's way. When he wants to look and explore something like the girth or the rope or whatever it was that gave them concern, get out of the way and let them do it. That's how they build confidence, is by exploring and nibbling and stomping. We just don't want it to be yes. Well, you're already in position before I've asked you to do it. Okay, so for him, I'm going to throw the rope again over his back. I'm going to stand back here by his hip. Yeah, I'm going to pick up the rope. And this is how it gets. It's like they do it before you ask them. Okay, they anticipate. Okay, so he's like, don't pull on my head. And I'm just going, yeah, but I need you to bring it back here. There you go. And we're done. And that was lovely. And as you can see, Phoenix can do this side a lot easier than he can do the other side. And he can come out of it better. So note to self, if I'm going to try and do an emergency stop on this horse, before I have a chance to balance out his confidence in both brains, he just took a deep sigh, a nice lick and chew. He's feeling much better about that. I'm going to get off his space while I talk to you, actually, and help him feel even better. My note to myself was, if I was going to go ride this horse, before I had a chance to really develop both confidence in both sides of his brain, I'd be trying to do a left-hand emergency stop more so than a right-hand emergency stop, because I'm not going to get as much bend flexion. I'm going to get more resistance. It's going to be like bending concrete on the right until I get him feeling better about it. Okay? Good boy. Use our porcupine to just push him back a little bit. Good boy. Click on that left brain. Yay. You want to give him that. He wants to shake his head, I could tell. And this clip sometimes makes it a little uncomfortable to do that, because when they shake it, they whack themselves. Good. So now I have some nice lightness in my backup, because my hand just told me that. All I had to do was put it there. It wasn't like pushing concrete. So my note to myself is, if I have to pull and really work hard at making my horse bend, flex, or back up, then I have right brain issues I need to acknowledge and help him with, instead of just getting louder. Okay? Good boy. Because it shouldn't be that way. Back up. Good. I didn't even get as much avoidance on that one. Okay? That's bit avoidance and pulling on the reins. And getting behind the bit when we ask for a lot of collection. So I'm sort of just testing. There's my finger. Walk on. There's my tail swish. Whoa. Okay. Here's my backup. Good boy. Here's my lateral flex. And I do want to point out, when you ask for a lateral flex, you want the horse's nose to be about level, kind of like what he's doing right there, with where your ankle would be. I don't want his nose way down, okay? I don't want him flexing and dropping his head. So you can actually help them by giving them peppermints and cookies and asking them to reach around and stretch some of those muscles out, because he's pretty tight on this side, which is why he can't flex to the other side. And I bet if I worked at it a little bit, I could probably find a couple of knots, which is why he's not as flexible. Oh, there we go. Which is why he's not as flexible at stretching around on the other side, because he can't. There we go. Does it feel better? Yes, I know. Kind of like a Charlie horse there. Good boy. And that'll help him reach around the other way better. So let's see if it helped a little bit. Step up. Round. Okay. Let's check our flexion. Oh, look how much better we're doing. Good. Oh, you scared yourself when the rope fell. Good boy. And that's kind of Phoenix and Jazz's temperament. They get afraid really easy when I think of being punished, probably. If they do something wrong, or kind of feel like if I make a mistake, this is going to get ugly. So it's kind of probably how they were trained in the past, but you can see I've got a much different horse right now on this flexion side over here who's licking and chewing and much more relaxed and anticipating and being soft and not going in, but I still have more work to do on this side than I do on my other side, okay? You can, when you get good at it, actually do this from both sides without actually having to move. What you do is you just stay here. So you can kind of flex them from one side to the other side to the other side without getting on. You just toss the rope over their head, bring the rope to this side, and it's a little bit more challenging for them because you're on this side and you're asking them to flex the other way, which is great. So I'm going to ask the same way. I'm going to slide, 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 close my fingers, bring my hand up and around, ask for flexion. Just make sure you don't get stepped on. And there's my flexion. All right. And he's already anticipating it on this side. So this is great groundwork because if you do this from the ground, this is what you need to do with Ollie. By the way, if you do this from the ground and the horse starts to feel, you know, like I wasn't even on the other side. And it doesn't matter where I'm standing, he needs to think about that feel. So there's the signal, something's coming. Here's the signal, I need to be light with 2 fingers. Ask him to flex, let him know that's what I want. And over time on his right hand side, I will get him to come from bringing his nose here, to his nose here, to his nose here. But clearly, right now, both mentally and physically, he needs to be doing more stretching on that side. It's a lot easier for him to do it on the other side. Okay, lateral flexion from the ground. Now we're gonna hop on the horse, do the exact same exercise from the saddle.